Hi guys, I know this video is very late. I promised it at the end of 4th hour and it just didn't happen. So I'm very sorry. Things just got kind of crazy. And so please forgive me for being late on this. So let's just dive right in. 6.4 oxidation reduction reactions and metabolism. Hopefully you have learned about redox reactions in chem class with Mrs. Steele. If not, we're not going to get very in depth with them. Just an overview in terms of biology, what you need to know for this. The base of redox reactions is that one substance is losing an electron and another one is gaining an electron. So electrons pass from one molecule to another. Oxidation is the loss of an electron and reduction is the gaining of an electron. And they both take place at the same time. Okay, one loses one, immediately another one gains one. One molecule or atom accepts the electron given up by the other. So in the production of sodium chloride or table salt, the sodium is oxidized and the chlorine is reduced. A way to remember this is the mnemonic oil rig. Oxidation is loss, reduction is gain. So that might help you remember which one is which. Here are the equations for photosynthesis and cellular respiration. We're going to be talking about those later on this year, so you may want to take some time and familiarize yourself with these. You'll notice that the cellular respiration equation is exactly opposite the photosynthesis chemical equation. So in photosynthesis, we start with 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water and some sunlight, and we get glucose and some oxygen. In cellular respiration, we start with a molecule of glucose, 6 molecules of oxygen, and we get 6 carbon dioxide molecules, 6 water molecules, and some energy. So it is exactly opposite. Here is a diagram. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast of plants, and cellular respiration takes place in the mitochondria of all eukaryotic cells, so plants and animals. That was something that I just assumed whenever I was a student in high school, that only animal cells went through cellular respiration, because if photosynthesis happens in plants, then the other one has to happen in animals. But no, that's not true. Cellular respiration happens in all eukaryotic cells, plants and animals. Photosynthesis, however, only occurs in plants. So, a little bit more about chloroplasts and photosynthesis. Chloroplasts capture solar energy and use it to convert water and carbon dioxide to a carbohydrate. Hydrogen atoms are transferred from water to carbon dioxide as glucose forms. The carbon dioxide has been reduced and the water has been oxidized. The energy is provided by solar energy, so energy from the sun. The reduction of carbon dioxide to form a mole of glucose stores 686 kilocalories in the chemical bonds of glucose. And then living organisms can oxidize glucose in the mitochondria. Mitochondria and cellular respiration. Mitochondria oxidize carbohydrates and use the released energy to build ATP. You'll remember ATP is that energy currency of the cell. All cells use ATP. Cellular respiration consumes oxygen and produces carbon dioxide. That's why we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. The equation is the opposite of the photosynthesis equation. The glucose has been oxidized through the loss of hydrogen atoms, and hydrogen has been reduced or has gained hydrogen atoms. When oxygen gains hydrogen atoms, it becomes water. Cells oxidize glucose step by step. It's a very lengthy process, lots of steps, lots of names that are kind of similar but not similar enough, and you get kind of confused. So just look forward to that whenever we get to cellular respiration. The energy that is stored is then converted into ATP. So the stored energy in that glucose gets converted to ATP molecules. And if it is 100% efficient, you can get 38 ATP molecules from one glucose molecule. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration form a cycle. The carbohydrate produced in chloroplast becomes a fuel for cellular respiration in mitochondria. The carbon dioxide released by mitochondria becomes a substrate during photosynthesis as chloroplasts go through that process. Both organelles are involved in a redox reaction. Carbon dioxide is reduced in photosynthesis, and carbohydrate is oxidized in cellular respiration. Energy does not cycle between the two organelles. It flows from the sun through each step of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Eventually, it becomes unusable heat when ATP is used by the cell. And that's it, guys. If you have any questions, we'll talk about it in Zoom tomorrow.